Stop buying yeast. Did you know you can make your own yeast at home using just a potato? Yes, you heard that right. A simple potato can be transformed into a powerful yeast starter for all your baking needs. This method is not only cost-effective, but also incredibly rewarding. Imagine the satisfaction of baking bread with yeast you made yourself. Plus, it's a fun project to do with family or friends. It's easy, fun, and super satisfying. So let's dive into the process of making your very own potato yeast. First, grab a medium potato. Make sure it's fresh and free from any blemishes or sprouts. A good quality potato will yield the best results. Peel it and boil it like you're making mashed potatoes. Boiling the potato helps to release the starches, which are essential for feeding the yeast. But here's the twist. Keep that water. The starchy water is the secret ingredient that will help cultivate the yeast. Let the water cool down a bit. You don't want it to be too hot, as high temperatures can kill the yeast. Aim for lukewarm water, which is perfect for yeast activation. Now pour 1.5 cups of that potato water into a 1-quart jar. Make sure the jar is clean to avoid any contamination. Stir in 1 tablespoon of sugar and a cup of flour. The sugar acts as food for the yeast, while the flour provides additional nutrients. Mix it gently. No need to go wild here. A gentle stir will ensure everything is well combined without introducing too much air. Cover the jar with a paper towel and an elastic band or dish towel. This allows the mixture to breathe while keeping out any unwanted particles. Leave it overnight in a warm spot. The warmth will encourage the yeast to grow and multiply. By the next morning, your yeast should be bubbly and smell like, well, yeast. This is a good sign that your yeast is active and ready to use. Store it in the fridge and use as needed. Keeping it cold will slow down the yeast activity, preserving it for future use. Remember, every week, feed your yeast baby with 1.5 cups of water, 1.5 cups of flour, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. But wait, before you feed it, make sure to use or remove half of the yeast mixture. This keeps the yeast healthy and prevents it from becoming too acidic. Make sure to use or remove half of the yeast before feeding it. This step is crucial for maintaining the right balance in your yeast culture. Just so you know, 2 tablespoons of your homemade potato yeast equals 1 tablespoon of store-bought yeast. How cool is that? This means you can easily substitute it in any recipe that calls for yeast. So there you have it, folks, your very own DIY potato yeast. Not only is it a fun and educational project, but it also gives you a sense of accomplishment. Your very own DIY potato yeast. Happy baking! Enjoy the process and the delicious results. There's nothing quite like the taste of homemade bread made with your own yeast.